they talking real loud. Spreading on lies, trying to bring me down. Enemies lurking, but I won't back away. Got a vision in my mind, I'm here to stay. Got my crew beside me, we rise like a tide. When the storm gets rough, we ain't gonna hide. Propaganda swirling, but it won't touch me. Only love around us, how it's gonna be. Keep moving forward, never looking back. The truth's in the power, it's an unstoppable track. In the city lights where dreams collide, we hustle through the night, fire in our stride. Whispers in the dark can't dim my glow. With rhythm in my soul, I'm ready for the show. We break the chains, rewrite the rules. In this concrete jungle where nobody's fools. Unity sings louder than the lies they scheme. In the heart of the struggle, we dare to dream. Keep moving forward, never looking back. The truth's in the power, it's an unstoppable track.
Another Queen Ahmadiyyah production.
Haze on the corner, they talking real loud. Spreading on lies, trying to bring me down. Enemies lurking, but I won't back away. Got a vision in my mind, I'm here to stay. Got my crew beside me, we rise like a tide. When the storm gets rough, we ain't gonna hide. Propaganda swirling, but it won't touch me. Only love around us, how it's gonna be. Keep moving forward, never looking back. The truth's in the power, it's an unstoppable track. In the city lights where dreams collide, we hustle through the night, fire in our stride. Whispers in the dark can't dim my glow. With rhythm in my soul, I'm ready for the show. We break the chains, rewrite the rules. In this concrete jungle where nobody's fools. Unity sings louder than the lies they scheme. In the heart of the struggle, we dare to dream. Keep moving forward, never looking back. The truth's in the power, it's an unstoppable track. Haze on the corner, they talking real loud. Spreading on lies, trying to bring me down. Enemies lurking, but I won't back away. Got a vision in my mind, I'm here to stay. Got my crew beside me, we rise like a tide. When the storm gets rough, we ain't gonna hide. Propaganda swirling, but it won't touch me. Only love around us, how it's gonna be. Keep moving forward, never looking back. The truth's in the power, it's an unstoppable track. In the city lights where dreams.
All right. Hello, everyone. Thanks for tuning back in once again to the original Queen Ahmadiyyah Shakur show. I'm your host, Queen Ahmadiyyah Shakur, and this is your Daily Vitamins. Okay, so I thought I was done for the day, but alas, I have come back. Because first off, James Comey and Letitia James's cases have both been dismissed, but we're not shocked or surprised because I already told you all that. So we're going to talk about that, but also some very concerning things about Cardi B, Offset, and Stefon Diggs. We're going to get into all of it. So everyone, please hit that like button. Okay, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Also, double check to make sure that you are still subscribed to the channel, especially if you have not been receiving those notifications. Hello, Andrea. All right, Troy is in the virtual building. Mel is here. Jeff ATL 555. All right, let's get into it. Just anticipate. Okay, Aquarius MC is here. All right. Everybody hit that like button. I see you, Buckhorse DC. Shout out to all my loyal Royce. I see you, Desmond. And shout out to my moderators for putting in work. And shout out to everyone tuned in to the Queen. All right, let's have a brief word from my sponsor and get right into it. I see you, we the people.
Do not buy 12 Tribes on Earth hair growth oil and hair magic elixir unless you want super healthy, gorgeous hair that grows. They have a whole line of amazing hair growth products, including hair growth leave-in conditioner spray, hair growth shampoo, hair growth spray, and hair growth butter. I'm starting to sense a theme here. They include quality natural ingredients. They smell amazing, and you can see the results for yourself. So if you're looking for healthy hair growth for your natural or relaxed hair, try 12 Tribes on Earth today.
Okay, so don't forget you can purchase 12 Tribes Hair Oil at Etsy.com. Just look for Lisa Crafts. You can also find it at Walmart.com, and she sells beard oil as well. Okay, and Christmas is coming up. This will make some lovely gifts, especially if you have friends or family who wear their natural hair. Okay, So with that all being said, let's get into it, honey, because what's really going on here? What is really going on? I told you all the other day that I was concerned for Cardi B because she said that Offset had been bothering her in the background, and then when she doesn't say or do anything or she ignores him, then he starts to bother her online. So hold on. Okay, I had this pop up. Okay. So anyway, with that all being said, I thought it was very concerning because these men that just don't take no for an answer or get upset and feel some type of way after you get sick and tired of being sick and tired, and you just get fed up and then you just get rid of them and move on with your life. Now here they come out of the shadows wanting to harass and stalk you, make threats, and try to run off the new person that you're with. And allegedly to set this man up is really going on with Offset. He is officially Offset. Okay, that's his new name. So let's get into it. I find it also interesting. So here's what they say. Offset reportedly gets exposed by an Instagram model. Now her name is Jordan Gore. Okay, she shared some text messages, and we're going to get into that because I'm going to show some TikTok videos so we can see what people are saying about it out here in these streets of social media. So anyway, the Instagram model who claims that he tried to use her to set up Stefon Diggs to cause Cardi B chaos. She exposed the text messages. Now, I can't verify if these text messages are real or not, but I believe they are because Cardi already told us what Offset was doing to her, and this all makes it more plausible, okay, in my opinion, that Cardi B was telling the truth, and also that this lady is telling the truth. Now, Offset just became the centerpiece of a swirling mess involving Stefon Diggs, Cardi B, and secret text messages, and a seductive Instagram model who claims that she was enlisted to run a play worthy of a primetime soap opera, no less. Let's be honest, this whole situation feels like a hip hop remix of Fatal Attraction with a splash of NFL drama and social media theatrics sprinkled on top. Sure does, but I'm here for it. Offset reportedly tried to recruit this model to get close to Stefon Diggs. According to her, he wanted her to hook up with the star wide receiver for the purpose of a setup. The implications alone are wild. It is not spelled out completely, but the reading between the lines is clear, and the assumption is he wanted to fracture whatever Cardi and Diggs have going on. This is a whole new level of messy, okay, messy strategy, and I cannot recall seeing a man pull a stunt like this in the celebrity sphere. Well, let me say this because here's what I didn't know. Did you all know that Offset, and not that it matters to me because Offset is filthy, dirty, low down, nefarious. He was cheating the whole time that he was with Cardi B, and everybody knew it. Okay, she had to be so embarrassed and humiliated that everybody just knows your business. This man's out here just cheating on you again and again and again and again, and you're trying to work it out, stick with him, and people are looking at you like you're crazy. But now he wants to cry foul because she's not thinking about him. Okay, I just find it interesting. But you know what? I saw a video that someone posted where they said that Offset, no, it actually was a post that Offset made. Somebody had shared the post where Offset basically alleged that he and Stefan were friends. Did you all know that? Offset says that him and Stefan were friends, good friends, and that Stefan used to come over to his house and be there with Cardi and the kids while Offset was out of town, and said that Stefan was the first person to tell him that Cardi B wasn't a great woman. That's what he said. And I don't know if he's telling the truth or not. But what I do know is if he told Offset that, well, he was likely just doing that so he could get Cardi for himself because he saw how Offset was out there lying and cheating. But here's the thing. Is Stefon Diggs just another version of Offset? Because they say that he too is a nefarious cheater. I don't know that to be true, but what I do know is that I saw a video of a bunch of NFL players being asked who out of all the people on the team would they not want to sleep or to date their sisters? And they all said unequivocally, Stefon Diggs. That's what they said. So I don't know. Anyway, what I do know is Offset's off the hinges. Okay, so keep in mind Offset and Cardi B are still married. That divorce has not been finalized and has been lingering for months. Word has been that Offset is making the process difficult because of his financial demands. Now, while that is going on, Cardi is on social media taking skincare and moisturizers, or talking skincare and moisturizers, not missing a beat while all this noise swirls around her. Meanwhile, this model says that she had some sort of money based arrangement with Offset and it went left. eventually leading her to blast him publicly. Oh, but she was down with the shits at first. So these people get on my nerves, honey. They want to blast somebody because the person makes them mad. But meanwhile, you were all in for their nefariousness. Now, the internet has already decided this is stalkerish behavior, and some fans are suggesting Cardi B might want to go ahead and pull out the restraining order paperwork. If these allegations are true, this feels way beyond the typical celebrity breakup drama. It hits that uncomfortable zone where people start worrying about safety. The irony is thick, too. He reportedly cheated, she moved on, and now he's allegedly furious about her moving forward with her life. Hip hop has seen its fair share of chaos, but this one is a new chapter of bizarre. Someone once said, hard rocks are getting weirder. And that might be one of the most prophetic lines ever, because this is weird on top of weird, wrapped in weird, dipped in a bucket of weird. Okay, so let's hope it ends here before the saga reaches another level. I That's right. And anyway, so they have the text messages. I don't even have to show you all the text messages at this point because I'm going to go to these TikToks that people did talking trash about Offset, and they show the text messages. So you're going to hear it more than once anyway. But let me just say this. Okay, while we're on the subject of these stalking men or these cheaters who just can't take the same treatment or who just don't like it when the rabbit gets the gun. Okay. See, the first thing is when Cardi was talking about him basically harassing her, that was already a red flag that made me feel that he could potentially end up doing something dangerous. That's why I spoke about it. Okay. Because the thing about this is anyone who refuses to respect boundaries, who does things like calling you repeatedly, showing up uninvited, makes threatening, threatens you or whatever, stalks you, whether it's online or in person, trying to contact your friends and family, just showing a disregard for your thoughts or feelings or whatever, and just trying to force themselves on you, that person's always going to be dangerous. Okay, that alone signals a potential risk. And then there's other factors, okay, such as not only just the threats, but unpredictable behavior, unpredictable anger, specifically destroying property. Okay, think about how Ramika's baby dad, I showed you all the video where he went up to her house before they killed her. Him and Holly, that is, they went over to her house, or he went over to her house and just tore up her stuff, just broke things, just left it in disarray, just acting childish and immature. And those types of actions to me are female tendencies. You usually don't tend to see men behaving that way, but some men have a lot of feminine tendencies when they get angry. Okay. But with that all being said, showing up at the job or home. That's another thing Ramika's baby daddy did. Monitoring or tracking you. Cardi better be checking her cars, honey, because it's no telling if Offset stuck something on there or had somebody stick something on there so he can know her whereabouts. I don't put anything past him at this point. Okay. Just not accepting the breakup altogether is dangerous. Okay. When they can't take no for an answer, when you file for divorce and they're trying to do things to hinder it, slow the process, and asking you for money when both of y'all should have, yeah. Okay, this is all crazy. Things can quickly escalate. And now I have to wonder if Offset, in fact, has ever had a history of violence with Cardi. Has he ever been talking to her crazy, put hands on her, and she just kept it to herself? I'm not saying that he ever did, but I definitely have questions because this behavior usually doesn't just come out of nowhere. Okay. And so because we know that breakups often trigger controlling or abusive partners. Okay, they start getting jealous, become manipulative, get even more aggressive. And like I told you all plenty of times, when the woman finally decides to leave, that's when it gets even more dangerous, especially when they know that they're not going to be able to woo her back. So Cardi needs to be very careful. She needs to be having security. Okay, she needs to just always be on her P's and Q's, and so does Stefon, because Offset is off the chain. Okay, at this point, I definitely consider him to be dangerous. Okay. And then another thing too, what was he exactly going to do when he was trying to have this young lady set Stefon up? When he told her, she says he told her to get close to him. Was he trying to tell her to get close to him so that she can try to, so that she can mess around with him? So then Offset can go back and tell Cardi B, or to set him up to get something dangerous done to him, which is what it sounds like to me. Okay. I just feel bad. Like this is all crazy. And some people were laughing at Cardi B when she came out and said that she was concerned for her safety. It's never anything to laugh at, whether you like a person or not. It is low down and dirty to laugh at anyone who fears for their safety. Just because it doesn't seem scary or as serious to you, you're not the one who's living it, so you should not pass judgment, okay? At the end of the day, prayers for Cardi B. Now, with that all being said, let's continue. Let's continue because I'm gonna go, like I told you all, to some of these TikToks to see what people have to say. Here we go. Okay, I'm gonna share my screen.
Trying to set up Stefon Diggs is crazy. Been put on blast by IG model Jordan Gore after she claims that Offset has been texting her trying to set up Stefon Diggs. After making these claims, she took to her IG story and put Offset on blast. Her "and where you at" text on October 3rd. She never responded, or she might have deleted the correspondence. But he texted her again on Sunday, November 16th around 4 a.m. Op says, "Ninja, but drop or don't come back around." She says, "Make sure I'm nowhere near." He says, "Now." She says, "Delete the text." He says, "I'm fins to now. Send the message." Now, from there, I don't know if she deleted that text or if she simply stopped responding, because later on that afternoon, around 8:30 p.m., he said, "Yo," she said, "What you doing in my room? Call me." She captioned that post, "Will Offset keep violating me, but stay on my phone asking me if him set up Stefon? Please, super tender shrimp." I don't know in what terms or in what way Offset was allegedly trying to set up Stefon Diggs, according to this IG model. From what she posted, a motive is very unclear. I was trying to set up Stefon to cheat on Cardi, or if he was trying to set him up to rob him or possibly physically hurt him, allegedly. I don't know. Regardless, the situation is crazy, especially if you consider the fact that Offset and Cardi B are no longer together due to the fact that he was a habitual cheater and kept stepping out on their marriage. Tap in with the nearest IG floozy in an attempt to set Stefon Diggs up is literally crazy. I'm curious to know what you guys think regarding this, and I want to know if y'all are surprised that this IG model is putting Offset on blast. Let me know down in the comments, y'all.
Honey, she's only putting him on blast because something happened with their financial arrangement. Y'all heard it. She said that something happened with the financial arrangement. It went left. That's why she's putting him on blast. Not because she just wants to put it out there to warn Cardi or Stefon. But anyway, honey, I digress. Okay, here we go.
Sense why Offset deleted his social media, because he knew this story was about to drop. Because you knew if you didn't get rid of your social media, you was about to be dragged by your two clown shoes. Now, as you guys know, a couple of days ago, Offset had deleted his social
Not his
media,
clown
and a lot of people
shoes.
couldn't quite figure out why. Now, fast forward to Jordan Gorgeous, or Jordan Gore for short. She had recently posted in her IG story. Well, let me just show you exactly what she revealed. Now, you ain't got to pause to read it, because I'm going to read it myself. Now, at the top, Jordan says to Offset, "Congratulations on the new album." Offset says, "Thanks." On October 3rd, he said, "Where you at?" On November 16th, clearly she left him on red. On November 16th, he said, "Op," referring to Stefon Diggs. Then Offset goes on to say, "Give drop or don't come back around." She replies back and says, "Make sure I'm nowhere near." Offset says, "Now?" She replies back and says, "Delete these texts." Offset says, "Finsta, now send message," referring to his fake Instagram account, his burner account. He then replies and says, "Yo." She says, "Where you at?" He says, "In my room." She said, "Call me." Now, in the caption here, she tags him and says, "Offset, keep violating me, but stay in my phone asking me to help set up Stefon. Please, super tender." Then she says, "My bad, LOL." Now, she shows us her Instagram messages, right? So this is Offset. I'm assuming this is his Finsta account. He says, "Get back, gang." And then she puts the, kissy emoji. Then he said, "You should go back home to Tampa. You can't go nowhere near," I think he meant here. And then he said, "Work, work, nothing. We'll see you." She says, "I'll be all right, boo." He said, "All owners." And then he says, "Burr," whatever that means. She replies back and says, "You should go back home to your kids." Oh, wait. She said, "Tinder, off the bone." Not off the bone, friend. Now, she's left these up. These are up. You can still actually go to her Instagram page and see them. She literally don't care. But here's my question. When he said "set up," what did he mean exactly? Like, did he want her to be in proximity to Stefon Diggs to make it look like Stefon was cheating? Or are we talking about something a little bit more sinister? Nonetheless, Offset is a goofy, and I'm glad you deleted your social media, because baby, they was about to drag you by that big, silly clown nose.
So, what do you all think about this? What do y'all think about this? I find it all so interesting. Okay, it's so interesting, but let's keep going. Offset, please get it together, honey. It's not worth it. Don't sit there and play games and throw rocks at the penitentiary. It's not ever worth it, honey. Move on with your life.
To do anything he can to ruin Cardi B's life, and I need my girl to lock his ass up immediately. Girl, on top of him already harassing her, making her life a living hell, all because she moved on when he didn't do her right? Now he's trying to get some IG model. Mind you, that's his assistant's ex-girlfriend that he's trying to get to hook up and hang out with Stefon Diggs, and then he pull up and, be on some Tupac and Biggie shit. Offset, who the fuck do you think you are? Seriously, like if you would invest this much time and energy into being a father and into figuring out where your next dollar coming from instead of taking this girl money, the world would truly be a better place. But you're trying to off somebody because that person is with your ex-wife that you did wrong, that you didn't appreciate, that you didn't value, and now you mad and trying to take them off the planet? What type of shit you on? Then, girl, not to mention that, the guy, Chris, that is suing Stefon Diggs because he's alleging that, Stefon was inappropriate with him. And now Stefon is counter-suing him because he needs him to drop the receipts about the, assault. Offset and that man know each other, like they friends. It's given that it's multiple schemes set up by Offset to ruin Cardi B's life and stress her out. And this is why men should be born in prison and work their way out, because maybe this wouldn't be happening right now. Offset is trying to do anything he can to ruin Cardi B's life, and I need my girl to lock his ass up immediately.
You know what? That's a thought. That's a thought. Does Offset have anything to do with these allegations against Stefon from Chris Blakely? I have questions. I never thought about that, but you never know, because he's getting clearly desperate, okay? He is desperate out here in these streets, honey. He'll do anything and everything and stop at nothing to get what he wants.
A little bit worried for Cardi because in the beginning, I get it. Offset made songs. I expected that from Offset. I expected a diss track. I expected that. I also expected his broke ass to ask for money because his album flopped and he got too many kids to take care of. So I expected that. I did not expect for him to joke around and make claims to Cardi and Stefon Diggs' child. I did not expect that shit. That is really weird. That's really crazy. That's really like off-putting. But now this man is trying to backdoor Stefon Diggs. Amp up your security, Stefon. Amp up your security, Cardi. This man is going borderline Lifetime movie network movie. He's also giving 48 hours kind of situation. I don't think he knows how to let her go. And let's make this very clear. He's the one that fucked up several times. She got her lick back good though. And for this model that's claiming that, Offset is allegedly trying to set up Stefon Diggs, sweetheart, you should have reported this shit to the police. Why are you on the internet? If you are in fear that Offset keeps violating me by staying in my phone, asking me to help him set up Stefon, please, you should be reporting this shit to the police, girl. Because if something happens to Stefon, baby, now you're going to be one of the people they contact, okay?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, now I'm getting a little bit worried for Cardi because in the beginning, I get it.
Yeah, she's real stupid because, girl, you could be considered a whole accomplice. And here's the thing, too. Now, did you all know Offset just really wants Cardi's money, if you ask me, because he rejected Cardi B's $10 million divorce offer and demanded half of her money. Demanded half of her money. Okay, the nerve of him. Offset reportedly turned down Cardi B's $10 million settlement, demanding half of everything and claiming he helped her build her brands down somewhere. Okay, Cardi B is self-made. Now, Offset isn't ready to walk away quietly from his marriage to Cardi B. According to reports, the Migos rapper turned down a $10 million settlement offer from his estranged wife, insisting he deserves 50% of the combined assets. A source reportedly close to the situation says that Offset feels used. He built that brand with her. Now he wants his cut. The couple who married in 2017 and share 3 children have faced years of ups and downs. We were getting down to the wire. Cardi has completely moved on and has been very public. This latest development adds another layer to the mess. Now, Cardi's camp is reportedly gearing up to fire back with receipts showing that she earned her fortune on her own terms. She's been hustling since day one insider argued. It sounds like Cardi is going to share financial records and business documentation to prove she had her own. Now, for the record, neither Cardi nor Offset has spoken publicly about the alleged settlement dispute, but that hasn't stopped social media. This could get messier if things go to court. This isn't just about love anymore. We're talking millions. Okay, that's why you're really mad, Offset. Sit down somewhere at the end of the day. And then listen to Cardi going off in this audio. Cardi is going off because apparently Offset's been talking trash about her. I just happened to come across this. I don't know when this was recorded, but I happened to come across it when I was looking up what people were saying, what people were in fact saying about Offset trying to set up Stefon Diggs. Okay, here we go. Don't forget to like and share, beloveds. Thank you.
Me with a $50,000 a month bill that I didn't ask you $1 for. Please go say that. When you make it seem like I'm a deadbeat mom, Belcalis, Marlenis, Almanzar pay over $50,000 just on her kids alone. Just on her kids alone. Me! My money, my hands. I could have a good month. I could have a bad month. I could be depressed. I could be in a room. But guess what? I have to pay that bill. No help. With no help. No nigga. Nobody. Me. And I'm cool with that. I'm cool with that. I'm cool with that. Those are my kids. I'm cool with that. Shit don't faze me. But you're not going to sit here and try to bash me as a mother when I pay for everything. Because you left me with a bill for a whole entire year. And I haven't said a thing. You don't even offer. So stop playing with me. Stop calling me. Where to? Please tell the media how you left me with a
Okay, Cardi is very angry in that recording, and I would be too. Okay, and the nerve of him after all the philandering, he probably spent all his money on hoes. Mel said Offset is broke. He probably spent all his money on hoes. Okay, that's probably what he did. 304s. That's what he likely did. He spent his money. And here's the thing: Offset's just an idiot. Okay, and he's always getting caught. You know, does he not know how to sneak? Okay, he gets caught doing everything. He gets caught plotting on Stefon. He gets caught harassing Cardi publicly and privately. He gets caught just every time. All the times he cheated, he literally got caught. That's why Cardi doesn't want his arse now. But let's continue. Cardi said his new album didn't do well. I guess it didn't because I didn't even know he had one until that girl said congratulations. I'm like, new album? Honey, Offset, it's over, honey. I'm so sorry for you. I am really so sorry for you. It's a wrap, beloved. It's a wrap. Hey, Alejandro. Thank you, beloved, for your contribution to the channel. I appreciate you. Peace, love, and blessings. Okay?
Could NFL superstar Stefon Diggs' life be in danger? Well, that's what they're saying. So according to the IG model right here, Jordan Gore, she's claiming that she has text messages between her and Cardi B's ex-husband, Offset, allegedly trying to set up Stefon Diggs. So if you guys don't know, Stefon Diggs has recently had a baby with rap superstar Cardi B. When this news hit the internet, everybody went crazy, man. They were so happy for Stefon and Cardi, but one person wasn't. And that was Cardi B's ex-husband, Offset. The reason why he didn't like it, because him and Cardi B just split, and they have about 4 or 5 kids together. And he didn't want nobody else with his wife. Just to backtrack, if you guys don't know who Offset is, he's 1/3 of the group Migos. So these are the alleged text messages between her and Offset. Pretty much you can pause to read. But the big part is it says, give me the drop or don't come back around. Make sure I'm nowhere near. And now delete these texts after they're done. Wow. So Jordan Gore is just not any other woman. She's really an IG model. She has a lot of people following her, a big influence. And a lot of these folks have blue checks. And a lot of athletes, rappers, and everything else. So when she says something, everybody pretty much look. Now, this is all alleged, but she's not chasing clout. She's saying she's dropping this information because she says it's not right. She feel like Stefon and Cardi B should be together. And she said that she...
That's all lies and cap. It's not because she doesn't think it's right. She literally told him where the guy was. Apparently, if you read the text messages, Offset told her, give me the drop, but don't come back around. And then she said, make sure I'm nowhere around. So basically, it sounds to me like she told him where the guy was, like she did give him the drop and was like, just make sure I'm not there. Anyway, honey, it sounds like both of them were stalking, but let's continue.
She don't care. She's putting it out there. So she actually got these screenshots earlier this morning and the internet went crazy. So if this is true, man, Offset needs to watch out. threatening somebody's life is crazy, but to actually threaten somebody who's in the NFL, who has a lot of money, who can back it up, and probably have lawyers and everybody that's going to go to bat for him is another situation. I'm pretty sure Stefon Diggs has other things to worry about right now. Right now, he's on a winning team. I believe they're 9-2. A superstar quarterback with Drake May. He's playing lights out football. And I don't think right now he's worried about Offset. And he just had his baby boy. But if these allegations are true, this is crazy.
Yeah, it is crazy. Okay, if it is true, it's definitely crazy. All right. Okay, just a couple more, then we're going to move on. So we got to talk about this Comey case getting dismissed. What's going to happen to Lindsay Halligan now?
Offset was trying to set up Stefon Diggs. Y'all, this IG model who goes by Jordan Gore has posted some alleged text messages between her and Offset on her stories. Now, on these text messages, you can see that Offset is asking her to drop the low on somebody, and she responds back saying, make sure I'm nowhere near, delete these text messages. And then she captions this and says that he's always violating me, but wants me to help set up Stefon Diggs. Y'all, she posts some more messages. Basically, he was telling her that she needed to leave and go back to wherever she was from, that she wasn't going to get any work there, and basically trying to say that he was going to ruin her life or something to that nature. And she was like, maybe you should go back home to your kids. Now, Offset is currently off of IG right now. He deactivated his account, I think they said about a week ago. So we have not gotten a response from him on IG nor on X at this moment. But I'm very interested to see how he is going to respond to this, because if she can prove that that is actually his number asking for her to drop the low on Stefon, but hold on, did she actually do it? Because she told him to call her and she was wanting him to delete the messages. So did she actually do this or not? And what was he supposed to have done? Because it sounds bad with her saying delete the messages. I don't know. All of this is alleged. As soon as I have some more information, I will let you all know. So Offset was trying to set up Stefon.
Okay, so what it sounds like to me is that she did do it. And she said delete the messages because she didn't want anyone to see the messages in his phone, likely with her giving information on Stefon. That's just what I think. Nicole, thank you, beloved. Says, been busy, but I miss you all, Queen and Royals. Thank you. We miss you too, beloved. Thank you for your kind words and your contribution to the channel. Peace, love, and blessings. I appreciate you. Okay, so honey, this is all nefarious. All right, it's all crazy. Hold on, because we got a few more people to go in on Offset, honey. Please pay attention. Okay, it's just a couple more.
Quick to call Cardi paranoid whenever she said that she was scared for her life with Offset. IG model leaks text claiming Offset is trying to set up Stefon Diggs. IG model Jordan Gore publicly shared what she claims are leaked text messages from the Migos star and suggested he attempted to involve her in an alleged setup targeting Stefon. She posted a screenshot carousel and a provocative caption aimed squarely at the rapper. Keep violating me, but stay in my phone asking me to help set up Stefon, with 3 crying, laughing emojis, before calling him super tender alongside the shrimp emoji. This is some of the text messages, and people were quick to say that Cardi was absolutely paranoid, but this is giving fatal attraction. If you're trying to X's new BD to violate her, that way you could go crawling back. You didn't give her this much attention when you had her, Offset. You fumbled the bag. Don't be crying about it now. And as you can see, this is to Offset from the IG model. Let me know your thoughts.
He needs to just hang it up. Okay, it's a wrap. Oh my goodness. Luna said, how many kids does he have? I don't know how many he has, but he has 3 with Cardi. Probably has about 6 altogether.
Been saying for a minute how Offset been harassing her. So I'm not at all surprised to hear that a woman's claiming that Offset wanted her to help set up Stefon Diggs. This girl posted alleged messages between her and Offset where Offset was telling her to give him the drop on Stefon. These are the messages that she posted. And it starts right here. It says, op-ass nigga, give drop. And she said the post added Offset and said, keep violating me, but stay in my phone asking me to help set up Stefon. Please. Super tender shrimp. Yikes. And these, I'm assuming, are the messages of him violating her. He told her she should go back home to Tampa. She can't go nowhere where they at. And she ain't going to be able to work. all the owners he done told about her, and she told him he should go back home to his kids. Offset really just need to stick to music and stop harassing women. Move on from Cardi, bro. Leave Stefon alone. Stop fucking with them people and move on with your life, bro. Just keep making music. The music is fire. Focus on that. Cardi been saying for a minute.
But he can't do it. He just can't do it, beloveds. He can't help himself. When a person's just in love, they can't help stalking. They can't help but to stalk the person. No, y'all. This is the last one. I swear.
No, the fuck he didn't. No, the fuck. No, the fuck he did not. No, he did not. Oh, hell no. No, the fuck he didn't. No, the fuck. No, the fuck he did not. No.
Oh my God, I am so through. Miss Mississippi said, yes, he did. Okay. Nicole said, obsession. Absolutely. Mel said, Offset put Cardi through hell. He sure did, honey. Okay. He sure did. Now he's going through hell. All right. Karma doesn't forget anyone's address. Okay. Keep that in mind, beloveds. Now, with that all being said, honey, let's talk about what's really going down. Because when I tell you that these cases got dismissed, all right, let's get into it. Let's get into it. Lindsay Halligan, come to the front. All right. It says Lindsay Halligan is out, but there are major questions. Okay, major questions about what happens next. So, as you all know, both James Comey and Letitia James's cases were dismissed. Okay, the judge dismissed both of them. A federal judge dismissed the criminal indictments against former FBI Director James Comey and New York Attorney General Letitia James. This was done on Monday, finding the prosecutor who brought the cases, former Trump attorney Lindsay Halligan, was not lawfully appointed. U.S. District Judge Cameron Curry said that he agreed with Comey, with Comey, who moved to dismiss the case on the grounds that Halligan's appointment was illegal. They say because Ms. Halligan had no lawful authority to present the indictment, I will grant Mr. Comey's motion and dismiss the indictment. This is what Curry wrote in a finding that Halligan lacked the authority to present a case to a grand jury. All actions flowing from Ms. Halligan's defective appointment, including securing and signing Mr. Comey's indictment, were unlawful exercises of executive power and are hereby set aside. Okay, this is what the judge said, describing the insurance lawyer as a former White House aide with no prior prosecutorial experience. Ooh, honey, did he let her have it or what? Okay, did he let her have it or what? Well, anyway, let's see what Pam Bondi had to say about it all. I know Trump is beyond livid. He wanted them to go down. He wanted them to go down, honey. Well, too bad and so sad Trump did up. Look at Nicole gifting all these memberships. Thank you, beloved. Nicole gifted memberships to the channel. You all be sure to shout her out. She gifted 10 memberships to the channel. Thank you, beloved. We all appreciate you. Peace, love, and blessings. Thank you for being so kind and generous. You all shout Nicole out because you all know that y'all get y'all's extras and all of that with the memberships. So thank you again, beloved. Now, let's get into this and see what's going down. Look at Trump looking so ugly, as usual.
Tonight, the prosecutions of two longtime Trump targets upended. A federal judge tossing out the criminal charges against former FBI Director James Comey and New York Attorney General Letitia James, finding Lindsay Halligan, who President Trump handpicked to lead the U.S. Attorney's Office in Virginia, was wrongly appointed due to laws limiting how long prosecutors may serve without Senate confirmation. The Attorney General saying tonight the department will appeal.
We'll be taking all available legal action, including an immediate appeal, to hold Letitia James and James Comey accountable for their unlawful conduct.
The prior U.S. attorney forced out by President Trump this fall after expressing doubts about the viability of indicting Comey and James. The president, nevertheless, directing his attorney general to charge them.
They should be judged, and we have to do it now.
Just 2 days later, Halligan, the president's one-time defense attorney, tapped to serve as interim U.S. attorney, notably taking the cases against Comey and James to the grand jury by herself, despite having never served as a prosecutor before, both pleading not guilty. Comey charged with lying to Congress and obstruction just days before the statute of limitations was set to expire, speaking out today.
The message has to be sent that the President of the United States cannot use the Department of Justice to target his political enemies.
James facing charges of misleading her bank to receive a better mortgage rate, saying today, "I am heartened by today's victory. I remain fearless in the face of these baseless charges."
Laura joins us now live in studio. Laura, this sounds like this was doomed from the start. How did the issues with Halligan's appointment not get raised earlier?
So Comey's actually the one who raised it right away because he was the first one that Halligan charged herself. But Tom, the real question is, even if these are to be refiled, who's going to refile them? Because now a federal court is the one that gets to decide who the acting U.S. attorney is, not the president, not the attorney general.
All right, Laura Jarrett for us tonight. Laura, we thank you for that.
All right. So with that all being said, Pam Bondi's talking about she's going to hurry up and appeal it. Girl, sit down somewhere. It's over. It's a wrap. You're wasting your time and taxpayer money. It's not going anywhere. Okay? Judges in each case were weighing those vindictive prosecution concerns also before Curry shut down the cases Monday over Halligan's legitimacy. So it wasn't going to fly no matter what. Okay, there was too many problems and issues. It was all trumped up charges anyway, and just a whole load of BS in both cases. But Curry also left a window for prosecutors to try again. And Comey made clear in a video that he expects to be targeted anew by Trump and his allies at the DOJ. So the DOJ has not yet said whether it intends to pursue new indictments for either Comey or James. And if so, which prosecutor would be in charge of bringing the cases? But Trump has made clear that prosecuting adversaries like Comey and James is a priority. So it's unlikely the administration will go away quietly. Okay, please pay attention. They might as well. Okay, nothing's going to come of it. Okay, they lost. Take your L's and go back home. So James's attorney, Abby Lowell, cheered the closure of the case Monday with a nod to the possibility that the story isn't over yet, saying we will continue to challenge any further politically motivated charges through every lawful means available. Comey, too, said in a video to supporters that he anticipates future efforts by Trump to punish him. Trump needs to punish himself, okay, at the end of the day. And so then goes on to say, I know that Donald Trump will probably come after me again, and my attitude's going to be the same. I'm innocent. I am not afraid. And I believe in a dependent federal judiciary. Okay. Now, at a press conference in Memphis, Tennessee on Monday, announcing anti-crime efforts there, Bondi said the Department of Justice would take an immediate appeal for the judge's rulings and also pursue all available legal action. She did not elaborate. Any appeal, which would go to the Richmond, Virginia-based Fourth Circuit Court of Appeals, could mean a delay for any attempt to re-indict James Comey or Letitia James. Now, when Halligan raced to indict Comey just 3 days after Bondi appointed her at Trump's urging, it was to beat a September 30th statute of limitations that would have prevented her from indicting him at all. Curry's dismissal of the case, however, may have triggered a law that provides a 6-month period for the Justice Department to try again, even after the statute of limitations expired. But it's murky. Now, the judge herself suggested that the void indictment means that there was never a valid trigger for the 6-month grace period that would normally accompany the dismissal of an indictment. Other legal experts, however, say federal law is clear. If an indictment is thrown out for any reason, as the law states, the Justice Department has 6 months for a do-over. Now, Curry's ruling Monday disqualifying Halligan based on how she came into the role was arguably the least painful way for the Justice Department to lose the Comey and James's cases. Okay, that's because it leaves unresolved a number of actions by the Trump administration and prosecutors that could have stung even more. Okay, so please pay attention. They got off easy, basically, because they just simply said, okay, the judge said, we're going to throw it out. I'm going to dismiss it because she was not legitimately in the position anyway. She wasn't supposed to have it lawfully. She shouldn't have been in that position. Rather than saying any of the things that she did, which were missteps, which were lies, which were unprofessional tactics, okay, not showing the indictment to the grand jury, all these things she did. A lot of these things that she did were, quite frankly, beyond nefarious and some illegal, in my opinion. Now, rulings, or shall I say allegedly, now rulings throwing the cases out as selective or vindictive prosecutions would have been accompanied by recitations of the unusual tactics Trump employed to see his perceived enemies in the dock. And any decisions undercutting the substance of the charges against Comey or James would have implied they were not guilty of any crime. Multiple judges have also been sharply questioning DOJ about Halligan's actions before the grand jury that indicted Comey, and a ruling voiding that indictment based on recent revelations in court that Halligan didn't physically show the grand jury the final indictment. Those have raised more questions about Halligan's competence and meager experience. Now, the challenge to Halligan's appointment largely skirts those questions by zeroing in on a rather obscure question of interpretation of the Attorney General's authority to temporarily fill vacant U.S. attorney post. Asked about Trump's view of the decision, White House Press Secretary Carolyn Leavitt said his action or his reaction was more of the same. She dismissed Curry's action as a technical ruling and called the judge a partisan. Curry's decision cut short both cases, leaving unresolved and most explosive question in which whether the indictments were the product of Trump's personal animus against Comey and James. Yes, it was. Yeah, he had animus against them. U.S. District Judge Michael Nachmanoff, Comey's trial judge, weighed that question during a hearing last week and pointedly questioned the Justice Department about it. Now, Comey's lawyers urged him to rule on it quickly and suggested they wanted the matter resolved alongside questions about Halligan's legitimacy. It seems like Nachmanoff can make any findings on that question now that Curry has closed the case. But the issue is likely to be at the heart of any renewed prosecution of Comey or James, particularly as Trump's effort to pressure his administration to bring new investigations and prosecutions has only increased in recent days. So despite Curry's ruling, the administration plan to keep Halligan at the U.S. Attorney's Office in the Eastern District of Virginia. This is what Bondi said today. Now, the Attorney General said her move appointing Halligan as a special attorney ensures other cases in the office won't be jeopardized, even if the appeals court rules against the administration. She says, we have made Lindsay Halligan a special U.S. attorney, so she is in court. She can fight in court just like she was. Lindsay Halligan is an excellent U.S. attorney, and shame on them for not wanting her in office. Girl, sit down somewhere. Shame on them for not wanting her in office. Okay, they didn't want her in office because she went against the rules. Okay, and his whole stupid crew of clowns, okay, they just think they can do whatever the hell they want. Laws and rules be damned. Talking about shame on them, honey, that's how the rule of law goes. All right? Her low down self. She needs to be locked up too. Trying to retroactively sign that darn paperwork, honey, to try to play it all off and get those people indicted after the statute of limitations passed. James Comey, that is. Okay, I find it all interesting. Mel said Trump just trying to arrest people he feels did him wrong. Well, of course, honey, and he is adamant about it. Okay, he is adamant, honey. He is not going to stop until he gets what he wants with his stupid self. Anyway, honey, I digress. And I know he had to come out and say something about it. Let me see here. Let me see if he came out and said, who is this? Let's go to Carolyn Leavitt. Says Lindsay Halligan was legally appointed. She's still sticking to her lie. They all are. Here she is. I'm not even going to bother to show it. It's like well, yeah, I guess I'll go ahead and show it. It's just a 30-second clip. But these people, it's just amazing to how even when their lies are exposed and called out with receipts, okay, they will still stick to their stories and act like everyone else is crazy. And everyone else is just lying and just trying to be low down.
No, because Lindsay Halligan was legally appointed. and that's the administration's position. I know there was a judge who is clearly trying to shield Letitia James and James Comey from receiving accountability. And that's why they took this unprecedented action to throw away the indictments against these two individuals. But the Department of Justice will be appealing very soon. And it is our position that Lindsay Halligan is extremely qualified for this position, but more importantly, was legally appointed to it.
These people cannot be serious. You know who they remind me of? These women around Trump. Do you all notice that Trump hangs around all these women? He's just around Lindsay Halligan, Pam Bondi, Carolyn Levitt. And these women seem sort of like the Stepford wives or something. They seem like they're programmed almost. It's just like so robotic, like they're AI, just parroting words that Trump has obviously programmed them to speak. That's what they literally seem like. Mel said they look and sound like fools. Honey, that's because they are fools, beloved. Okay, they absolutely are fools. 555 said, I can't stand Levitt. I can't either. Okay, what am I calling her? Levitt. I can't stand her either, honey. Okay, she's a hot mess, and so is Trump. Nubia Cutie said, how stupid do you have to be to think Halligan was going to win? Cutie, that was a good one, honey, okay? Whoever was thinking that. Okay. Mel said Trump's whole administration's a joke. Exactly. Honey, I'm out of here. Listen, I love y'all to life. Honey, it's time for me to relax and watch Netflix or something, okay? I hope you all. Hold on, beloveds. Let me share something with you all. You know what? Let me share something with you all right quick. Did y'all know? How many of you knew? One's in the chat before I go, honey. I'm about to give y'all some good news. How many of you knew? Put a 1 in the chat. How many of you knew that you can get stuff sometimes from Home Depot for a penny? Did y'all know that, honey? Because it's news to me. Did y'all know that? Once in the chat if you knew that. That you can get stuff from Home Depot for a penny. Now, I saw this video today and I called Desmond, who used to work at Home Depot. Now, Desmond never told me this when he worked there, his low down and dirty self. And as a matter of fact, I was at Home Depot today because I went to buy a couple of plants. Look at Nicole talking about I'll be there tomorrow. Okay. Just Anticipate said I found that out this year. Honey, I didn't know. Let's watch this video, honey, because some of these employers, some of these people in these stores, they act like the money's coming out of their darn pocket, okay? The lady act like she didn't want to sell it to the man. And I do believe you can do the same thing at Walmart because I saw another video, I want to say a couple of days ago, and I could have sworn it was in Walmart where they were saying something like this. And they didn't want to sell it either. The lady was acting like, you know, she was acting like it was going to come out of her pocket. When the person came up to her, it was a guy, and he was like, yeah, this says, you know, it's on sale for a penny or something like that. And she was a penny discount or whatever. And she was like, no. First, the person asked her, no matter what the price is on an item, you have to sell it for that price, right? And she was like, yeah. So they said, good, because this is a penny discount or whatever. She looked at it and she said, I'm sorry. She said, we don't even sell that in this store. It's not supposed to be on the shelf. And they were like, yeah, you do. But she did not want to sell it. And same thing with this person. But anyway, let's continue.
What you need to do is leave this alone. Because you already know, we already had this conversation. She's about to report in peace. So if y'all want to go out the door and get arrested, go right ahead.
Who's your
No.
You can't deny us for your policy. There's no way.
Huh? No, these are the guys with the penny items.
You scanned it, says 1 penny.
Sir. But technically, they're supposed to not be on the shelf.
So that's whose fault?
You know what? I'm going to call the manager.
All right, that's fine. That's fine.
Can you please send the manager to check out?
Is the manager coming? Is that?
Oh, yes.
Oh, I can buy it? Thank you.
Choose your payment type.
Thank you so much.
Self-checkout.
Have a beautiful day, eh? Have a beautiful day. Thank you so much. What you mean we can't buy it?
Okay, sit up there and lied. Told him walk out the door if you want to. She told him what you need to do is leave this alone. And then she said, walk on out the door and get arrested. Get arrested, girl. If it says it's a penny discount, then you got to sell it to him for the penny discount. Why are you sitting here trying to gatekeep? You don't own Home Depot, fool. Those are your items and products, fool. So why are you so mad? Girl, let that man get his penny products. Honey, I'll be in there, okay? I'll be in there getting mine too. And I hope they do try it because they're going to get cursed out. Okay? They're going to get cursed all the way out. Juju said, what can you buy for a penny? Honey, he's clearly bought what was in that box. Okay? He bought whatever was in that box, honey. But anywho, I just wanted to let you all know that. All right. So don't say I never told y'all nothing. Okay. So anyway, with that all being said, I love y'all to life. I hope you enjoy the rest of this night, and I will see you all tomorrow. All right. So until then, each one teach one. That's how we grow and thrive. Do something productive, constructive, but never destructive. And always remember, beloveds, to keep the Most High first in your lives. Peace.
Hit him with that flavor. Gold all in my skin, God all in my blood. Kings all in my circle, you touch one of mine and you're done. They show no love for the queen, why you hating on me? Is it cause I'm free and I got Malcolm X in my jeans? I got dreams like King Luther, shed blood like Kunta. You ain't helping my people, I ain't got nothing to say to ya. I want all the smoke like hookah. Talking reparations, America won't be great until they give us compensation. I'm like, I'm the hottest right now. See a bunch of lames out here trying to jock on my style. They be doing too much. I'm the queen, it's too easy. It's like they all at Popeyes, how they be talking so greasy. I just sit back and laugh while these haters get madder. So nefarious how they don't want my pockets with cheddar. I tell them they can do better. These snakes in the grass can leave a bite on your ass, cause y'all be trusting too fast. I got my foot on the gas, other one on they necks. Dropping receipts on haters, you better show some respect. I'm never facing regrets, we only facing the threats. Running through every challenge like a relay, break no sweat. It's a cold game, so I got that blanket with me. Now that my people awaken, ain't no going to sleep. I do not play by my piece, this time I'm playing for keeps. You talking slick, but when I see you like them ends, we gon' meet. And I got gold all in my skin, God all in my blood. Kings all in my circle, you touch one of mine and you done. They show no love for the queen, why they hating on me? Is it cause I'm free and I got Malcolm X in my jeans and I got gold all in my skin, God all in my blood. Kings all in my circle, you touch one of mine and you done. They show no love for the queen, why they hating on me? Is it cause I'm free and I got Malcolm X in my jeans and I got